Okay, we're back, and it's been 24 hours, and we are going to now try to take this off here and reveal our two little owls. So what we're going to do is take your little sponge and your water, and we're going to kind of start soaking it. You can see it kind of soaks you can see the paper is kind of soaking through it. And this, they say that this is the most important one to take your time with. And that you'll get the best results if you take your time. So I'm just going to kind of soak this on here like this right now. And you can kind of see it revealing the picture here. Okay. All right, so it's kind of a first for me too, so I'm a little bit excited to see how it's going to come off here. So you kind of just got to give it a minute for that paper to kind of, and you can see it's kind of coming off in little peels like that. I'm just kind of rubbing my finger on here. In fact, I'm just going to kind of stick my finger in there, water, and give it a little bit of a, take my time here. It's okay if the edges are a little bit, if a little bit comes off the edges, because, you're trying to go for that look that you want it to look, a little bit rustic maybe, and it might look a little bit cloudy at first, but you can continue to kind of work on it once you get that first layer of the paper off of it. Like I mentioned, this is going to be your process. It's going to take the longest amount of time. You can see it's kind of rolling up, and you can see the picture starting to emerge underneath the paper. You could do this with photos of your family, your pets. Just make sure that you get a color paper photocopy it on a colored printer, and not just like an actual photograph that you would get printed at, say, Walmart, because you want it to be on paper. These would make great gifts for grandparents, aunts, and uncles. You can use different types of wood as long as you got a nice smooth surface. You can make them larger. You might have a couple stubborn areas, like it appears that we have a little stubborn piece right there, and I'm just going to kind of work on that a little bit, see if I can get that piece off there. There it goes. Okay, looks like we're having success here. The more that water kind of sits on there and kind of soaks that paper, it's a lot easier to come off. You could actually paint the edges if you wanted to of your wood. If you had a little bit of acrylic paint at home, you could put some glue and put some glitter on there if you wanted to embellish it up kind of cute. A lot of different little things you could do. You could add ribbon, things like that. And what you're going to want to do once you get all of the paper off of it is you're going to want to let it dry a little bit. I would let it dry, you know, to the touch. Make sure it's dry. And then what you're going to do is take the rest of your Mod Podge and you're going to put a coating over top of it. That's going to seal it nice and protect it from, you know, moisture and things like that. And like I said, if it still looks a little cloudy, like you'll notice there's a lot of cloudiness in this area here, just put a little bit more water on there and try to take a little bit more of that paper off there. As you can see, it's coming up fairly easily. Just kind of push a little bit with your finger, a little bit harder, and the picture becomes clearer. But you will want to make sure, like I mentioned, you get all that paper, little bits of paper off there before you start putting that cover of Mod Podge on top of there, so that it's nice and smooth. Then you could also just take some glue and glue yourself a nice little piece of ribbon on the back and hang it up. That would be really cute. You could do these on smaller pieces of wood, and actually you could make ornaments. You can buy the round wood circles at Walmart or stuff, the ones you use for coasters. That would work really cute too. So it's another one of those crafts that you could use for many different seasons or many different occasions. I'm going to take a little bit here and take my paper towel. Just try to get some of this excess paper off there. It's a little messy, but definitely worth it in the end. Okay, so that's getting a lot clearer. And like I said, you continue to work on it. I see a couple little spots here where I see a little more paper on there. You can kind of tell by the feeling with your finger if most of the paper is off. If you start rubbing a little too hard after that, you may take a little of the photo off, like I just pulled a little piece off right there. But that's okay. It just gives it a kind of a neat rustic look. But there, I think that's not too bad. And then, like I said, let it dry so that you can put that clear topping of Mod Podge on there. And you have yourself a nice little Christmas wood transfer that you can use through the holidays and beyond. So I hope you enjoyed this craft and have yourself a happy holiday.